Hello, dear children. Today I have come up with the second poem of our syllabus, The Voice of the Rain by poet Walt Whitman. Now, of course, it is a conversation between the poet and the rain, where the rain explains its eternal journey in its birthplace, that is, Earth, and it explains about its cyclic movement, about its journey to the poet. Now, as the title tells us, it is the voice of the rain. I know you would wonder, how come the rain speaks? Can the rain speak? Does the rain have a voice? Now, definitely it does not. The rain is just a natural phenomena. It is not a person of flesh and blood who can speak. It is just a phenomenon and cannot converse, cannot speak something. But because the poet has the sensibility enough to comprehend and apprehend the message that the rain gives to us, the poet translates whatever, in his poetic sensibility, he converses with the rain. He translates all that for us, the readers, to understand in simple way. Let us first read about the poet. He was an American poet. He wrote essays too and was a journalist also. He was among the most influential poets in the American canon and is also very often called the father of free verse. I hope you understand what free verse is. When the poem does not have a regular rhyme scheme, it is written in free verse. As I told you, the poem is a dialogue between the poet and the rain. So what happens is, the voice of the rain, this poem celebrates the coming of the rain, and it is a nature poem. The poet, fascinated by the soft falling shower, fascinated and attracted by the rain, the pitter-patter sound it creates when it falls on the ground, on various surfaces on the earth, the poet asks the rain for its introduction. "And who art thou?" said I to the soft falling shower. Who art thou? Art and thou, these two words are archaic words. Archaic words are those words which are no longer in use these days. And these words this expression means, who are you? And who are you? Said I here refers to the poet, to the soft falling shower. Soft falling because rain has a very soothing effect, a very relaxing and a very calming effect. It is very soft to the ears, very welcoming to the ears. And that is why the rain is referred to as the soft falling shower. Which means the shower, the rain. Which, strange to tell, gave me an answer. Now the poet finds it strange that the rain gave an answer to his query, to his question. But the poet translates the whole conversation, whatever the rain tells to him, for us like this. The rain says, "I am the poem of earth," said the voice of the rain. "Eternal, I rise impalpable out of the land and the bottomless sea. I am the poem of earth." Now here, in this expression, there's a parallel, there's a similarity drawn between rain and music. Poem means music. Both the rain and music have rhythm and the ability to, excite people, ability to thrill the people. Both the rain and the poem, again, they rejuvenate life. They give life to all the things around. They beautify life. Both of them have a life cycle also, according to the poet. So the rain calls itself as the poem of the earth. It says eternal, means forever. continuously. I rise impalpable. Impalpable is unnoticed, unseen, undescribed, out of the land and the bottomless sea. Upward to heaven, whence vaguely formed, altogether changed and yet the same. The poet says that the rain calls itself the poem of earth and tells the poet that it continuously rises from the land and the bottomless oceans in the form of vapors, and vapors are impalpable. They cannot be described, they cannot be seen and noticed by anybody. Upward to heaven, whence vaguely formed. Upward to heaven, heaven is of course the sky. The rain then tells the poet that it rises upward towards the sky in the form of vapor. Whence means where it changes its form. And how does the rain changes its form there? The vapors condense to water droplets, and that is how the clouds are formed. You've read it in your science, all of you. So condensation takes place. So it takes the vague shape of clouds. The clouds do not have a definite shape. So it moves towards the sky, where it takes the form of the clouds, takes the vague forms of the clouds, and its form is totally changed, altogether, totally, completely changed, and yet the same. Now this is something, contradictory. How can you change and then yet be the same? The form is changed. From water vapors, they have become water droplets. Condensation has taken place. But the basic property of the water remains the same. That is why it is yet the same. I descend to lave the draughts, atomies, dust layers of the globe. Descend is to come down. Draughts, the dry conditions, the drought conditions on the earth. Dust layers of the globe, the layers of dust in the whole universe. The rain says that I come down, that it comes down to settle the dust layers on the globe, to wash and bathe the small particles. Atomies are small particles. It comes down to wash the draughts, to wash the dry conditions on the earth. And all that in them without me were seeds only, latent, unborn. The rain says that the seeds inside the earth grow into a plant only because of the water provided by the rain. Means the rain gives life to the seeds. Without the rain, they were just seeds, latent, unborn. Latent is, buried under the ground, hidden under the ground. Unborn, without life. The seeds cannot have life, the seeds cannot grow, the seeds cannot rejuvenate. They cannot reproduce unless and until the rain gives water to it. And forever, by day and night, I give life to my own origin and make pure and beautify it. The rain says that it keeps on continuously, every day and every night, continuously means forever. It gives life back to its own origin. Gives life back to its own origin means the rain falls on the earth and the bottomless oceans and the bottomless seas. Means it's giving life to its own origin. The origin of the earth is the origin of the rain is the earth. It comes back to the earth in the form of rain, and it purifies everything, it beautifies everything, and that is how it gives life to all the things on the earth. For song issuing from its birthplace after fulfillment, wandering, wrecked or unwrecked, duly with love returns. Now, you would notice that these words are not written like the part of the poem, but they are written in brackets separately. The reason for this is the rest of the lines is part of the conversation, is part of the dialogue held between the poet and the rain. And these words written in brackets, it is not the conversation between the poet and the rain. It is an afterthought of the poet. Only when the conversation had got over with the rain, the poet had such a thought, and this is how he expresses the rain. For song issuing from its birthplace, the rain, he says, is like a song that originates from its birthplace. Birthplace for the rain is earth, and for the song is the heart of the singer. So it is like a song that originates from its birthplace, just like the heart of the singer, and travels to fulfill the needs of the earth. It wanders everywhere on the earth. It finally comes back to the place from where it originated. Whether cared for or not cared for by anybody, it returns to the original position with a lot of love to its birthplace. And this is what the poet means to say when he says this. He says, the rain comes back to earth in the form of vapors, in the form of rain. The song also starts from the point of its origin, resounds its echo, and it comes back to the heart from where it originated, from the heart of the singer. In the next few slides, I've written the summary for you so that you have a support system to retain whatever you've learnt in the poem whenever you want to read it, whenever you want to have a look at the poem. So the poet recounts a conversation he had with the falling raindrops, what he asks, what does the rain say. It quenches thirst of everybody. It reaches upwards towards the sky in the form of clouds. It is unnoticed. It remains the same at its core. The basic property of water remains the same. And the basic property of water is it soothes, it refreshes, it gives life. And it then comes back to its origin. The poet compares the rain to a poem or a song. A song is born in the heart of a human, and after giving pleasure and joy to one and all, it comes back to the creator in the form of appreciation. Similarly, the poet says the rain originates from the earth and the bottomless sea, rises up towards the sky in the form of clouds, and comes down to give joy and happiness, to rejuvenate everything to its birthplace, that is earth. Now, I suppose you've understood the poem well, and with this we come to the end of the poem. I have in this slide 4 questions for you, so I need you to answer them in your notebooks, and we will be discussing them in the next class.